Now the conclusion of our special investigation into the West Memphis murder case.
News 4 Arkansas's Linda Stout's back with how this famous case really changed the town of West Memphis.
Well, like everywhere in the heart of West Memphis, 10 years later, discussions continue on whether the West Memphis Three are guilty or innocent. One thing many of them can agree on, though, the notorious case forever changed the city.
Still in the back of their head what happened, but they don't want to talk about it much.
West Memphis, Arkansas. Crossroads of two major interstates and part of a booming metro area, but still a city stinging from what many believe was a negative portrayal in two HBO documentaries.
As far as the hurt and the scar that entire case had on this community, it's important that the community move on beyond that. And the people are tired of it.
But will the people involved ever be able to move on?
If Damien had not gotten the death penalty, you and I would not be sitting here.
The West Memphis Three get worldwide attention.
Justice was not served, and there's a killer out there that nobody is looking for and nobody seems to care about.
They took my son away from me. For nothing. Something he didn't do.
But police stand by their investigation and the conclusions of two different juries.
They're grasping for straws. There was enough evidence to convict them.
Still, many questions remain.
That's why I wrote the book. One side is going to be right, and the other is going to be wrong. Either there's really was no evidence or there was plenty of evidence. And I concluded there was not evidence.
A decade later, had they lived, the three little boys would be 18 now. The three teens are now men in their late 20s, living their lives behind bars.
The West Memphis Three continue to get lots of support. Musicians and others in the entertainment industry have stepped forward, raising money for the Free the West Memphis Three Defense Fund. Money that's paying for more experienced attorneys and, more than likely, advanced DNA testing on certain pieces of evidence. And attorney Dan Stidham tells us he hopes that process can begin sometime in the fall.
That certainly will shed some light, I guess, in one direction or another. And you spent a considerable amount of time on this. Books have been written about it, the HBO documentary. A lot of bases have to be covered here because there's so much to this story.
There really is, and even though we spent a lot of time talking about it this evening, this is just the beginning. I mean, there are so many elements to this story we can only begin to tell.
All right, Lynn, very interesting. Thanks very much.